Hi, my name is Rachel Boyd, and this is my response to the questions relating to teacher leadership chapters 1 and 2. So, the first question, you asked what, in our opinion, would be the top two skills needed for teacher leadership. And it was really hard to choose from those list of words because so many of them just seem so vital. For me, the top two words would be, or top two skills would be communication and problem solving. So the reason I chose communication is because it involves both speaking and listening. It involves working with others, whether that's students, coworkers, administrators, being able to speak and share ideas clearly, give directions, give guidance clearly. Another reason why I think you kind of need that skill as a teacher leader is when you have good communication, you build good trust among coworkers. You are able to kind of connect any gaps relating to people's different perspectives, being able to understand what people are saying and communicate that to others. And it allows you to also share your ideas effectively and communicate ideas that maybe other people have. So I feel like communication is a really big aspect. The other skill I felt was important was problem solving. Being as a teacher, no matter how hard you plan, things can often go awry or go sideways and issues arise. It can be issues in the classroom with students, or it can be issues among coworkers. I think a teacher leader needs to be able to model to others how to approach obstacles and just know themselves how to overcome issues. It helps them and others create ways to improve things and not just focusing on what is going wrong, but okay, how can we make this better? And when other coworkers see teacher leaders doing that, it kind of affects how they come across problems as well, then. And not just kind of settling and complaining in the problem, but starting with how can we solve this together? So I feel like those are very important skills that they need as a teacher leader. Question two were what, in my opinion, were the two dispositions needed for teacher leadership? Again, this was a little challenging. I chose flexible and caring. So one of the reasons why I chose flexible kind of goes with problem solving. No matter how often you plan, things are going to change. So I think being flexible as a teacher leader is very important to be able to adapt quickly, to meet the various needs of your students or your coworkers, depending on what it is they're needing assistance with or needing guidance in, and just being able to effectively support others. And being able to change like your mode of how I might be over here 1 minute helping a student with their learning and growing as a learner, and then the next minute over here helping a teacher who's going through a problem, and just being able to kind of change in the moment where I might be needed or how someone needs my assistance. Being flexible like that, I think, is very beneficial. And then caring. When a teacher leader is caring, I feel like then they are putting in work that is meaningful. The teachers and students and staff and even parents can see when people care about the work they're doing, and that can build a relationship of trust, good collaboration amongst those they're working with. And when you just care, you really see the people as a whole, the students, the teachers, and you are just putting in the work to give them your best as a teacher leader. And I feel like that's very important. Question three were what are two ways you feel would be great strategies to reward teacher leaders? I love this question because I do think sometimes, it can be hard to have that responsibility. And so to feel appreciated can go a long way. And so, one way I felt that teacher leaders could be rewarded was through verbal affirmation. That one is huge for me. Number one, it is quick, easy, and free. But the words can mean a lot and can go a long way. It's very reaffirming to the teacher leaders of how they are doing, that their work is being seen and that people are appreciative of it. It's also good to give them just specific accomplishments so they know what they're doing great at, and then maybe they self-reflect on ways that they can get even better. So verbal affirmation, I think, is one of the great, easiest rewards you can do. The other strategy I felt was a good teacher reward for teacher leaders is greater decision making power. I feel like when my principal, me as a teacher leader, when she turns to me for like ideas on big decisions in the school or getting my input on things, I feel very appreciated. I feel like my time and my input matters. Um, and it lets us get involved more in our school and get to use our leadership skills more in the classroom or even outside of the classroom. Um, and just encourages you more to want to be a leader because you get to help make change, and do things with your school and with your staff, administration together, collaborate and work together to make change, to better our students, our school, our coworkers as a whole. So being able to take part in that decision making power is a good way just to reward teacher leaders as well, to have their input. Okay, so the final question was, in my opinion, how important is it for the teacher leader to have a good working relationship with the principal? I feel like that is a very important thing to have, is a good relationship with your principal. I myself have a great relationship with my principal. You can see it through the collaboration. It allows you as a teacher leader, you feel like you can be more honest with them, more open with them. They are then more like willing to listen to you. It's just good communication back and forth. You feel seen and heard as a teacher leader. You feel like, I will let my principal know when I think there's something that's not working. And she is willing to listen to me and trust me because she knows our relationship and knows, that I'm someone she can trust. I think it also just builds one another up. If the teacher leader and the principal have a good relationship, they both feel like they can lead well, and work together well. If there's not that good of a relationship, I don't know how much the teacher leader will be utilized to lead effectively within the school. And I just think when teacher leaders and principals have good relationships, then that positivity, that good collaboration, that good communication, it trickles down to the other teachers, the other students, just the atmosphere as a whole is just healthy and it's just good. And so I think it's really important to try to build a good relationship with your principal. But yeah, that's what I think about teacher leadership so far, and I'm excited to continue to read this book and learn more about what it means to be a teacher leader. Thank you.